And I thought it was going to be absolutely fine, but it turns out it was a lot scarier than I could have possibly imagined. A lot of people saw it as a very negative, explosive amount of activity, and it just didn't sit right with a few people. And Lainey was like, "Oh, stop pulling my hair." I was like, "I'm not pulling your hair." And she goes, "Well, you are, because I just felt my hair get tugged." We are back, and welcome back to our channel, and welcome back to another spooky Sunday, everybody. Now, today's video is going to be very much centered around the live stream that we did last Wednesday. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and check out that video. Basically, I did a live stream, paranormal investigation style thing on my own, and there were lots and lots of things that happened. And the day after, I believe it was the day after, Sam, Psychic Sam, you may know Psychic Sam, she did an Ouija board session, or a spirit board session, at her home, where she was talking to Andy, and we found out a lot of things about that night and who was responsible for things and what, just a bit more context around things. And it was really, really interesting, and I found it really interesting, Lainey found it really interesting, and I know for a fact that you guys are going to find it interesting as well. I also wanted to talk to you guys about something that we picked up in the week, some paranormal activity that we picked up in the week that really got the comments stirring, and I just kind of wanted to touch base on that one with you guys. But before we get into today's video, I want to give a massive, massive shout out to all of our channel members. And if you would like to become a channel member for yourself, it's never been easier. YouTube has finally implemented a join button on the app. So if you go down just beneath this video, next to subscribe, there will be a join button, and you can become a channel member for yourselves and get so many exclusive perks, including an extra video every single week and early access to Spooky Sunday, just one of few things you can get. While you're down there, you can drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. In case you don't know, we upload on a Wednesday and a Sunday at 8 PM. And come and find us on the old social medias as well, as Lainey and Ben on everything, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. That is where everything is happening first. Now, Twitter was a place where we were doing daily updates on the house. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't really like Twitter because it's a very toxic environment, I guess. It's not the nicest of platforms to be on. So if you don't have Twitter, we are also going to be putting the exact same post onto our Facebook page. So if you haven't got Twitter, you can go to Facebook and there will be an update there as well. So go and follow us on Twitter or Facebook for daily updates on everything that's happening in the house. Instagram for the daily just lifestyle updates on us and everything that's happening with us personally. TikTok's where all the paranormal activity goes first, and then obviously you're already on YouTube, so we don't need to worry about that. But without further ado, be sure to get yourself a brew, turn off the lights, and let's get into the video. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is well, the live stream that we did last Wednesday. It was probably the scariest night of my entire life, simply because nothing bad happened. It was all good stuff. There was so much activity caught. In fact, for a members only video, I put out a compilation video of all the activity that we tried to catch, and we got about 10 minutes worth of activity, a full 10 minutes, which is quite ridiculous when you think about it. But I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you haven't seen it already. Go back and check it out. It is on the channel, it's already uploaded, and you can find out everything that happened over there. But it spooked me for the simple reason that Lainey wasn't there. Now, Lainey wasn't there because she was absolutely shattered from work. She got home, her pelvis was killing her, and she was just like, I can't do this. And I was like, fine, leave it with me. And I thought it was going to be absolutely fine, but it turns out it was a lot scarier than I could have possibly imagined. I had no moral support from Lainey. You guys were just incredible to me. You were just lulling me all the time. But like there was just so much going on. It was absolutely mental. The day after, Sam sent us over these videos. I'm going to show them to you and then we're going to talk about it.
Andrew, can you say something about Ben's live last night? Yeah. Oh. Okay, Andrew. We heard laughing when Ben shouted. What was he shouting when it was laughing? Okay, so he shouted Lainey. And then we heard someone laughing. Who laughed? I know. I know it was you. You're an arsehole, you do know that. But did you hear Ben say, oh, what was it he said again? No. You didn't hear Ben say, come on Andrew, bring it on. Did you bring it? Who knocked the ball off the door handle? Okay. Was Dave there at all last night? Did you do everything? So bad. Could you hear me sending you to him and stuff? Oh, I got sent to ask you. So Lainey, at the end of it all, she asked you to come and do something for her to me. What was it? Yes, she did. She said, because I found it with my hair as I was talking to her, she goes, oh, I just sent him to thank you.
Oh,
like, okay.
I think someone used the N.
Yeah, he used the N for no. Are you tired though? What was it? Andrew, do you read the comments that everybody writes? I thought he did, because people, you've got such a fan base. And Andrew, who whistled? Oh. Okay. So Dave just wasn't there today yet last night. You just decided to mess Ben up. You definitely messed Ben up. Was there any questions? The knocking, well, we know that was all Andrew.
Yeah, if he says it's already Andrew. The whistling and everything.
He says it was him.
Yeah.
Well,
The only
Dave
thing that
wasn't
makes
there,
me
everything.
think is that last one when everyone said there was more whistling, but we couldn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear. Well, he's saying there was.
Oh.
I didn't hear the whistling. What about
No,
the
I didn't.
orbs? Was that you trying to...
Is that others there helping you?
Were they orbs? Was it just dust? Andrew, was it all just dust? Are you 100% sure? I was about to say, how do you know if you're the orb? If there's an orb?
Yeah.
How does that work? Andrew, do you know if you're the orb? I reckon he doesn't know because he's trying to do stuff. Like, he knows he's knocking, he knows he's whistling, but he wouldn't see himself. Andrew, you did. You were orbs. We could see you. Flashing lights and stuff. Yeah, you were.
But we never see more than one on the screen. It was always one at a time.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to close this. Have you got any messages for Ben after your ordeal? Any messages? H. A. Okay, love you. Bye.
So as you can see from those videos, it was all Andy, no Dave whatsoever. So Andy was responsible for everything that happened that night. What I liked about these videos as well is Andy kind of showed a lot of personality through the spirit board when Sam was using it. But Andy, me and you have got words, mate. We need to have a little chat. We need to sit down and discuss this because we can't carry on like this. Our relationship, it's not going to work like this. But something that really struck me as interesting during these spirit board sessions that Sam had was a lot of people during the live stream could see orbs floating around the room, floating towards the activity at times, and then something would happen, or floating around my head. And looking back on the video, I could see that as well. I couldn't see them at the time, but I could see it on the recording. But what was interesting was that Andy wasn't aware that he was an orb, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. Anyone that maybe understands this a little bit better, get down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this. Like, what do you think on this? Because it's interesting, because I always thought that, like, whatever happened, like, the spirits would be conscious of what they're doing, whether they're an orb, whether they're moving something, whether they're doing something. But apparently that doesn't seem to be the case, and that just really baffled my mind, and it opened up, like, a lot of questions that maybe you guys can help me answer. I mean, Andy goes on to just laugh about my situation and taking the mick out of me because I was a bit scared that night. And let's go for a bit of role reversal. Put yourself in my shoes, Andy. I know for a fact you wouldn't have liked it if I'd done that to you. I mean, that whole night was just so interesting. From start to finish, it just didn't stop. But the spirit board session after with Sam just really confirmed everything that we were kind of feeling, because we were like sitting down at like that evening, Wednesday evening, thinking, who could have possibly done that? And Lainey kind of was like, it's definitely Andy. I was like, I reckon it is. Like, I reckon it could be too, just because of the nature of the activity. It's so weird to explain, but you kind of, I don't know. It's like children, right? If you go into a kid's joint room and someone's made a mess, you know who would have made the mess just because of one of them is just that way inclined, you know? It's literally just like that. It's such a weird analogy, I know, but I hope that makes sense. But again, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comments what you think on this spirit board session with Sam, and especially that orb thing, because that really, really baffled my mind. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that we caught midweek. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday morning, I can't quite remember. It was caught on the CCTV when we were out at work. I'm going to play the clip, then we'll talk about it. Here you go. It's a very short yet sweet clip. It's just the cupboard door opening and closing just on repeat. Something that we've never really caught before. Like, we've always had the cupboard doors opening but never closing. And it got the comment section on all the platforms that we shared really divided. A lot of people just saw the funny side to it, thinking, oh, Dave and Andy are really indecisive about what they want to eat and things like this. And a lot of people saw it as a very negative, like, explosive amount of activity. And it just didn't sit right with a few people. Now, I personally don't know why. I don't really see this as too different to any other activity that we've caught. But for a lot of people, they were like, this is really bad, this is really negative, it's really heavy. And it just seems really violent. Now, I mean, we've definitely had a lot worse, like when the cutlery came out of the drawer. So I'm just curious, and I'm gonna throw it out to you guys about what you think on this clip and what your thoughts and feelings and opinions around this clip. I personally feel that there's no negativity around it. I feel it's no different to anything else that we've caught. But again, you guys know a lot better than we do, so get down in the comments, let me know what you think on this clip. Now, the final thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that we posted on our Twitter when we were doing our daily updates. And basically, Lainey was laying in bed. We were both laying in bed one evening, actually. It was earlier this week. Actually, it might have even been last Sunday. And we were just like getting ready to go to sleep, and we were just watching something on the TV, nothing exciting. It was just something to have in the background. And Lainey, we were like kind of lay facing one another, if that makes sense. And Lainey was like, oh, stop pulling my hair. And I was like, I'm not pulling your hair. And she goes, well, you are, because I just felt my hair get tugged. I was like, I literally pulled my hands out and she could see that there was no way I could even reach her hair, right? And she's like freaking out. She's like, something just pulled my hair. So we're kind of like, she's convinced that I'm messing with her, like I've reached around and pulled her hair, but I just literally showed her that when we were laid there, that I couldn't reach her hair from where I was laying. It wouldn't have been possible without her realising that I was doing it. So yeah, literally I got the blame for that one, but Dave or Andy, I definitely think were there just kind of like giving it a little tug. I don't know, we've never really had anything like this before. Well, Lainey's had her hair get like pulled before, but she said that this wasn't like a little tuft. It was more like literally like someone had like a hold of a ponytail and she like just yanked it slightly. She said it wasn't hard, it wasn't rough, it wasn't like, it didn't hurt. It was just she realised that someone had pulled her hair and she thought I was messing with her, but it wasn't me. I got the brunt for it. Cheers, Dave or Andy. But yeah, it's just something that we weren't able to catch on camera that I thought you guys would be interested in hearing. After that, nothing happened. Like, she was like, okay, Dave or Andy, I realised that was you, leave me alone now, and that was it. Like, that literally was it. We went to sleep that night and nothing else happened. But other than that, the house has ever since Wednesday especially, the house has gone very, very quiet. No bangs, no knocks, no footsteps, literally nothing. The house has gone absolutely silent. And I think, well, you should see it from the spirit board video that Andy is knackered from his little antics on Wednesday night. I'm enjoying the respite, to be fair. I think Lainey might feel a little bit different. I think she is actually missing it to a degree. But yeah, that's all we really got to update you guys on. So that's everything that we've got for you guys for this week. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think on all of these things, especially that Ouija board one. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on that, and the cupboard actually, and the hair. So just let me know your thoughts on everything. And while you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload, which is on a Wednesday and a Sunday at 8 PM. And if you're not already but you would like to, you can become a channel member by hitting that all-important join button, or there will be a link in the description if the join button's not working, and you can become a channel member and get so many exclusive perks. Join the good side of this channel. I mean, this is always the good side, but the better side of this, not even the better side, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just hit join, and you won't regret it. And be sure to come and let us know, be sure to come and find us on our social medias as well. Remember, the updates are going on Facebook and Twitter. There are links down in the description for everything if you're not too sure how to find us, but it's just Lainey and Ben on everything. And all that's left to say, guys, is thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.